It's the middle of summer, and the World Cup is finally wrapped up. After nearly 5 weeks, Spain comes out on top. What a defense. We've got that and a whole lot more to discuss here on Monday's edition of the Chain Gang Sports Show.
We want to give a big shout out to the U.S. News and Entertainment Network for producing this show. Please like, subscribe, and share to stay up to date.
The Chain Gang Sports Show, recorded as always live from the Flagler Voice Podcast Studios in association with the U.S. News and Entertainment Network. Things are truly better with us. Johnny Monte Carlo with you, along with Tommy Thunder and our great producer, Alan, always behind the desk making things happen for us here on a Monday. There's always a lot to talk about, but of course we have to lead with what we've been leading with since the Knicks won the NBA championship.
That's it.
And that is World Cup action, and defense wins championships. We say that in American football, and it's the case here with the World Cup final action.
Absolutely.
Plenty of defense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they didn't get, we were just talking about, they didn't get a shot off until the
about
extra time.
115th minute, yeah.
I mean, that's smothering. When you're talking about a team with Messi, and that red card was doomsday for them.
That hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt. You're down a man.
Did you see that guy flip?
They needed an extra man, and they're down a man.
Did you see that guy flip? I mean, that was
wild.
That
was a high impact.
That was the first time I could see them grabbing his leg and rolling around, because they do that. That really, I mean, they talk about flopping in basketball.
Oh, that's what I was thinking the whole game. There's more flopping going around up and down on both sides.
Yeah, it's actually like, and then all of a sudden they have to get right up and run. They get up and run away.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of comical.
If you play the game, there's a lot of contact out there. And I saw a lot of contact.
Oh, yeah, they shove, grab, pull.
I mean, just banging into one another, pushing.
Pass interference.
Looked like a schoolyard out there.
Yeah.
At PE time.
That's it. Yellow flags would have been flying everywhere.
Well, they would have run out of cards if they called that on every play. But, yeah, that one clip there, and, Fernandez, he was out of there.
Yeah, that's a key loss, too. I mean, I tell you, we were looking for the red flag overturn a little early, but there was Argentina was out. I don't know. Spain was definitely the better team to start, and then went to one man down. It was dominant, and I can tell you this: what surprised me the most. Mm-hmm. We were talking about on the show Thursday that the France-England game that the big time guys were going to go back to, but they all stayed. I mean, they all stayed.
They stayed and they performed.
They sure did.
6-4, the final score down there at Hard Rock Stadium, and England comes out on top of it. It led like 4-0 though.
4-0.
And France came back, and Mbappe with a couple of goals. He ends up winning the Golden Boot. 22 goals to Messi's 21.
Yeah, and he's the all-time leading World Cup scorer. Yeah. I mean, hey, listen.
It's amazing.
It was good to see. Bellingham again is a star. I mean, it was
Well, Argentina and Spain could have borrowed some of those goals that were scored down in Miami.
No doubt.
To kind of make it look a little scoring-wise.
Spain's first goal, what's funny is the guy who, the assist by Williams. The guy from Spain was last name is
Williams. I was looking at that.
That header that he had, he realized he was too deep to try to put it in on net, and he put it back. He put it right on his foot. The guy coming in as a sub comes in, at 3 minutes, 4 minutes or something into the game. And
Barcelona forward Ferran Torres' goal early at the 106th minute in the second period wins it there.
He put that header, though, went right on his left. And you saw
him jumping in over to the sideline. Great celebration.
Kicked the corner.
And then they had one that was a offside penalty. It could have been 2-0.
Yeah.
And I mean, just barely an offside.
Yeah, and it was the lean of his shot.
That was a great call, though, to even pick that up.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes that's crazy. But yeah, it was a good World Cup. It was a good education for the sport of soccer for me. I realized that.
You know your pitch, your
brace.
Your brace.
Yeah.
That's a very, very key thing there, a brace, you know, when you say that. But, it was a physical game. Referee Slavko Vinček let the play just keep going on and on. He had the cards, but he didn't use them. There was a lot of bumping there. But Enzo Fernandez, as you mentioned there, a second yellow card resulted in the
the red card.
Yeah, the red card. That was Kubarsi, who was also, I believe, the young player. Young player.
Spain had two 19-year-olds.
Yeah, they collected a lot of hardware at the end of the game.
They sure did. Good World Cup. Like I said, I think it was definitely kept us, intrigued with the sport. And again, one of the things I think it definitely showed was that the United States is still a long way away.
A long way
away from being a competitor. Like on every sport in the entire, you can even go outside the major four, but then you go outside of, you go to like even Olympic sports and stuff. The United States are competitive in everything except soccer.
It's just not their sport.
No. It's unbelievable, too, because the youth programs around here are strong.
Well, it took them a while to get, when you look at the hockey in the in the Olympics and the Winter Olympics now.
Well,
they're on par now, but it took them a while.
Yeah, and you're right.
1960, 1980, like a generation.
Yeah.
20 years separated.
And the other thing, too, is like with hockey, American players, there's now a lot more American players. With, when the draft happens, it's rare that you see.
We're starting to see more and more American names.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
But, hey, there was 80,663 in attendance. Post Malone did the closing. Old Posty was out there doing the closing ceremonies 90 minutes before the game. I didn't catch any of that.
No, I didn't either. And I could tell you that the other thing was that there was a lot of stars out there too, man. There was a lot of people.
Oh, there was a whole lot of people. Yeah. You saw Wemby out there.
Yeah.
I was thinking, what kind of a goaltender would he make?
Oh my gosh,
he'd be able to cover
the cage.
I'm telling you, the cage would be covered.
That's it.
Get a Wemby out there, but you got to have just tremendous reflexes, though, and anticipation.
Sure.
Because that ball looks like it's coming to you, but there's a hook on it. They bend them.
Oh, man. There's so
That's the
movement.
whole art of it right there.
Yeah, it sure is.
So it's a very tough thing. You got to be with cat-like reflexes. Messi now has said he said that it would be his last World Cup at 39 years of age.
Yeah.
He would be 43 to do it all over again 4 years from now. But 8 goals, 4 assists in the tournament, and
his assists were just as impressive as.
Yeah, he's still the GOAT. Yesterday, you saw him with tears in his eyes. He's a passionate player, but he knows he's not able to run up and down the field with these 19-year-olds. That's you can't expect that. In fact. They don't expect it, and that's why they kind of designed the whole offense around Messi's capabilities. And then, there could be some questioning there as far as some of your better players, your more talented players, maybe remained on the bench a little too long. Hard to say, but Argentina now has reached the final 3 times in the last 4 World Cups. They lost to Germany back in 2014, defeated France, of course. In 2022, they were looking to be the first repeat champion since Brazil. That was back in the Pele days, back in 1962. They won it in 58 and 62, and that doesn't happen. And now we'll have to see, can Spain end up repeating? And
they're young. They definitely are young.
It's a possibility, absolutely. We didn't see Italy, we didn't see Germany. So it could be a few new cast of characters, but 48 teams played 104 games. So it was a long tournament, but very exciting. We had Mikey Terranova on here a few times. It was always good. That was educational for us. Did you see, I think Rodri, I believe, did you see that ball he took right to the dome?
Face, oh yeah.
Right in the forehead?
Yeah.
He goes to the sideline, he bounces back within a couple of minutes.
Yeah, no,
Myself, I'd be taking some major migraine headache reliever.
Yeah, no question.
I don't see how he did it, but that's you know what? Cabo Verde, however you want to.
I see
Cape
Verde.
Yeah, Cape Verde. they played very well for.
There was a few good stories in there. I mean, there was a lot of great things that came out of it. So I think
the Norway fans, the Norwegian
with the rowing
fans,
the boat,
with the rowing,
that was fun.
It's something that we'll remember.
And like I said, the other thing we'll remember is the three hosts for North America. With Mexico, the United States, and Canada, did a wonderful job. I mean, it was well done. There was no issues. There was no tearing up the city, burning it down. So it was, I guess, a success for all the way around. President Trump was there. You had the controversy, of course, with Balogun there, the red card. So that's something else. So funny,
to take note of.
Yeah. Did you see Balogun on the ESPYs? He's from England.
Yeah,
with the English accent.
He said, "You would never, never suspect some of these guys are,
Williams. I'm going to guess Williams is from Spain.
That's an all-American name, right there.
No question. Hey, did you watch the Open Championship?
I didn't get to see much of it, but great
Ryan
New
Fox,
Zealander, 39 years old.
39 years old. Dad was a superstar rugby player for New Zealand for the All Blacks. So, but he was a guy, I got to tell you, you get these guys when these pressure putts coming down the stretch, they spend time over it. They look at this guy, just walks up and putts. He walks up and smacks the ball. There's no waiting in his game. As soon as he gets on the tee box, he's got the stick in the ground and he's ready to roll. I was impressed with that. I was impressed with, he wasn't the best physical specimen either. He looks like a guy who likes his burgers and beer, and and he tore it up.
Goes out there and wins the final major tournament of the year. And at 39, there's another guy that's not exactly a youngster. So we'll call him the Sly Fox. That's Ryan Fox. He wins his first major at the 154th Open championship. That's Royal Birkdale Golf Course in Southport, England.
Cameron Young almost pulling up one of the big
just
stories.
One shot behind, right?
Yeah, well, he was leading all the way, even though he was in the clubhouse for 2 hours, hour and 54 before Fox dropped that putt, waiting to see if he was going to be there. I was shocked that 9 under stayed so long. Nobody was passing. I thought for sure because remember he shot that early in the morning. Would have been the greatest comeback in Open history. There was a whole lot of storylines to that.
Oh yeah,
and
then Sam Burns and defending champion Scotty Scheffler.
Poor Sam Burns, poor guy. U.S. Open burns the edge. This one he comes up short on a putt that could have put him into a playoff situation.
Oh yeah,
the great story for that for me was I like Tommy Fleetwood, little guy.
Tommy Fleetwood, what was he? Finished 5th, I think. Something.
Yeah, but he grew up 5 minutes from the course. So he was. They were
hometown favorite.
Yeah, chanting his name the whole way. His walk up 18 was something special to see him get emotional because he made a run. The good thing is he made a run at it. He'd been playing that course since he's 10 years old, which is pretty cool.
And if one of our favorites was doing the tournament, but of course it was Jim Nance, CBS. Hello, friends. Yeah. This is the final major. But
that was his final one, right?
Oh no, that was the final major of the season.
I thought it was his.
But if our one of our favorites, Chris Berman, was doing the call, he would have said Tommy Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
he would have thrown that one in.
Oh, absolutely, no question. He would. That's a good one, actually, buddy. You might be onto something.
We'll add that to I think he estimated to be at least 1,000 nicknames. Remember when he first started out, he was one of the ESPN.
Oh, the originals. Yeah,
and
Bob Lee. Him.
Yeah, Bob Lee. That's right. And he would get people to, back then emails were relatively new and they would be, there was no texting or anything. No. People would be sending in nicknames, but he came up with so many. Yeah. One of my favorites was Bert Be Home by 11.
By 11, yeah. I love that one too.
But, Chris Berman. They're doing a retrospective, Rich Eisen, where he's having, on his podcast, he's having ESPN like Dan Patrick, various personalities that he worked with on SportsCenter, and it's a very good series. That's I recall.
I'll have to check it out because they have going back to the original. I remember when it opened. Obviously, I'm a sports junkie, and I've been watching it ever since. And
September of '79.
That's it.
Amazing, it's been around that long.
Yeah, it has.
And back then, not everyone had cable. It would take about another decade.
Yeah, no, we had cable for that reason, and then. I go through, Tom Mees, all the guys that going back in the day. Even remember Robin Roberts,
Oh, yeah, Robin Roberts, Craig Kilborn, all these guys.
Tom Mees drowned in his pool. Remember that? That was
right.
Strange. But anyway.
I think the same thing happened to Hogan's Heroes, Bob Crane. Stay out of the pools.
Yeah.
That's
the word of the day.
That's what that's saying to me. Well, anyway, so if you get a chance, by the way, Stuart Scott, they were talking about him yesterday, of course, mentioning ESPN.
As cool as the other side of the pillow.
That's right. They even used some of his phrases on last night's Sports Center, and he would have turned 61 yesterday.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize he was that old.
Yeah.
I use one of his phrases all the time. Break out the butter because he's on a roll.
That's right. In fact, that was the very first thing that Mike Eves said when he was hosting Sports Center last night. He said, break out the butter because we're on a roll here at Sports Center.
Love that.
So that was a good retrospective, and of course they had Linda Cohn just retire about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, she was in it 30 years or something, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, since like 94. Yeah. 30 years worth of Linda Cohn.
Big Ranger fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Big time.
And she'll tell you she would watch the games. It's a shame she's alive.
She was suffering with you all season long.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, by the way, the NBA Summer League wrapped up last night in Las Vegas. I don't know if you saw any of that. The Warriors outdueled the Grizzlies there, Cameron Boozer. But now they're champions. I think that's the second time they've won it. They've, I believe, tied Portland now, the Trail Blazers.
Yeah, did the Knicks even have a summer league team?
I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see one Knicks.
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, which is weird. But
but they wrapped it up, and it's good. Some of the top draft picks were playing out there. Of course, if you're in the championship game, what I found interesting, and I did not know that, they actually had rings for the winners.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either.
I don't know how valuable those rings are. I don't know if you flip them over and it says made in Taiwan
that was
or something like
it's
that,
like your high school ring.
Yeah.
Zero.
Some kind of,
Yeah.
I don't think it compares to an actual championship ring. But how do you feel about that? The NBA, as far as having the summer league, and I
think it's great. It's like spring training.
Spring training.
Yeah, and the veterans don't have to go. It's like that. Veterans report afterwards, just like in the rookies report early in baseball, same in football. So, I think it's good. I think it's really good. Yeah, and
you have that cup. In December.
Yeah, the NBA Cup.
The Knicks took it all last year.
Took them both.
A season to remember.
Absolutely.
We're going to title it that, a season to remember, and hopefully it's not another 53-year drought before the next one, because you and I both would be very long in the tooth.
Yeah. I tell you, the funny thing is how OG Anunoby, how awkward he is with the spotlight. When he won that ESPY, you could see the players they were riding him because they know how uncomfortable he is in that situation.
Yeah.
But he's going to be there forever, man. It's the hand from God. It's going to be a shot that everybody will talk about forever.
In the NBA lore, right there, they've put their place in history.
Sure did.
Brunson.
What a run.
It didn't matter what Becky Hammond there, the Aces coach, what 6'2", what's 6'2"
Becky Hammond
got to do with it, right?
Becky Hammond. That's
Becky Hammond. Right?
That's not a word of any kind of that holds any kind of water to it.
No, not at all. Hey, the Wings dream. Mercury all winners last night in WNBA, or yesterday in the WNBA. 4 games on the docket scheduled for tonight. The AT&T All-Star Game scheduled for Saturday night. Congrats to the Fevers' Caitlin Clark, who on Friday became the first player in WNBA history to score 45 points and have 10 assists in the same game in Indiana's 110-107
She's playing
win
well.
over Seattle.
She's actually she was not playing well in the beginning, but she's playing well now. I mean,
a lot of controversy constantly.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Her. Once they get beyond that, though,
she's one of those girls that she just goes out and handles her business. And it's just a shame that all that stuff that comes around her. It's and that Angel Reese is, she just can't stay out of being bitter. I don't understand that girl. I just don't understand it.
But like we said before, and you stated, they should embrace a player.
Absolutely.
Like Caitlin Clark.
Just like,
Don't worry about her being the face of the NBA, but it's making the sport, bringing it into prominence.
And I believe Dawn Staley's stamp on the credibility of what Caitlin Clark's been able to do for the WNBA. I think that coming from somebody like Staley, I think it carried a lot of weight to it. So again, that's just. But Major League Baseball, did you watch the Yankee-Dodger game last night?
Man, I tell you what, doubleheader action for you on Sunday. A loss and then a win, a close one. Bednar came through for
Bednar,
you.
Let me tell you, that was a different Bednar. I mean, his ball was heavy. His fastball was lightning. His cutter, his split finger. I mean, he had everything working last night. He really did, because he faced, the heart of the lineup. Tucker, Betts, and Freddie Freeman was the ninth inning. He had to get out. Freeman, he walked, but I mean, he came in and he stopped him, and that's the first time I've seen him look like a closer. The Yankee used that, what do we call it? Where's Lucas?
Oh, the opener?
The opener. That's what the Yankees did. Blackburn, everybody went 2 innings, two and a third, 2 and a plus.
They balanced it out.
Yeah. Again, we
just
can't.
The loss, though.
We just can't hit, though. I mean, we really can't hit. And the great point by CC and Rocket and Oral Hershiser, as far as the Yankees after Bellinger, there's nothing. Nothing. I mean, Volpe, on the offensive side. Dominguez, all these guys, there's nobody that... It's Grisham, there's nobody.
Old Marciano or the Martian?
Yeah, nothing.
Jason Dominguez?
Yeah, I tell you what, though.
He's not hitting well.
Jazz Chisholm, they were talking about him early, how he had been hot and then he had gone ice cold, and that the Yankees needed him to become the Jazz Chisholm that when he was running on that hot streak, and that home run was obviously the winner, and is something he needed and they needed to get a win. I mean, to be even though they've and they're at home is where they're struggling the most, which is crazy because the Yankees have always been a home dominant team.
Yeah, they have a better record on the road.
Yeah, and Boston on this 13-game heater.
Boy, the Red Hot Sox.
13-game heater is
13 games. 13-game winning streak is pretty remarkable.
That was Mr. Boston over there.
Yeah, I know. When I saw that, I knew somebody would be happy.
I knew there'd be some button pressed.
Karaoke Courtney's happy about that.
Karaoke Courtney. Remember, she's the freak the freak of the Boston.
Oh, that's right.
Northeastern people.
Yeah.
She's from Massachusetts,
but she's not a Red Sox.
No, that's just crazy.
Yeah, so they've had a 13-game winning streak before. It goes back to June of 1948, but their record is 15 in a row. That was actually July 1948. June 1946, they won 15 in a row. That was way before our producer was born. He doesn't recall any of that.
Just a couple of years.
Just a couple of years. But yeah, so they're on the verge of maybe doing something they haven't done before. That was back in the old Ted Williams era.
Yeah, well, like I said, the Yankees didn't lose any ground because
the Splendid Splinter?
The Splendid Splinter, because the Rays were the ones that got were part of the Boston sweep. So it was good for the Yankees, and then they win yesterday, so they're only 2 back. But here comes those Red Sox, boy. I tell you what, starting pitching in this streak has got a 1.13 ERA. The starting pitching through those 13 games, that's pretty impressive.
It is amazing, and Sonny Gray having a great year at 12-1.
Yeah,
so far.
And when he came to New York, he couldn't throw. He was terrible. Some people just can't play in New York.
Yeah, I tell you what, we won't breathe a sigh of relief, but we will breathe a little Cy Young in his direction.
Oh, no question.
Sonny,
he's got to be the leader. I mean, Schlittler was one of the top candidates, but he's had a couple rough outings.
Had a loss over the weekend. 2 close games, 2-1 Yankees win, and 2-1 on Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, but 8-2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Otani, he's hitting, but you know what? I don't think they're going to have him pitch much. They're not going to have him
something
do
up
double
with
duty.
the knee, although he threw in between games yesterday, and Judge still hasn't even started baseball.
What was it, Saturday? I think he was placed on the 60-day injured list now. And they say that he's going to have to undergo another scan at the rib. 60 days, you're talking about the end of September.
Yeah,
may as well just say the rest of the regular season.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be available for the playoffs, which I think the Yankees.
So you're going to see the Yankees are going to be active in this trade deadline. Yeah, they'll definitely be
I
active.
would think so.
No question. They have them.
to.
Yeah, there's no question they will be. Because their farm system is depleted too, because you got guys like, I don't even want to talk about it. The Yankees schedule, though, for the CC pointed out last night in the broadcast that the Yankees' next 7 series are all against teams over 500, and the Pirates were included. Pirates, Braves, they play a bunch of tough teams.
Pirates come into Yankee Stadium tonight.
Yeah,
all the action gets started. A full slate, 15 games on the docket, beginning at 6:40 tonight. The Yankees hosting the Pirates, and Tampa Bay, they're on a 5-game losing streak. The Marlins on a 6-game losing streak. So the state of Florida right now, 0-11 in their last 11 games right now. Baseball's a streaky kind of thing right now. But who would think the Red Sox, as bad as they were in the beginning, and thinking, hey, there's gonna, heads are gonna roll. This is one of their worst starts ever. And right now, if the playoffs were to start, I do believe they'd be in them. They would be the last of the wild card teams.
Yeah.
The Red Sox. Imagine that.
No, yeah,
so, what's the old saying? Dead. It's not where you start, but where you finish.
That's it.
Phillies, the same kind of thing going on.
Yeah. Phillies. Although the Mets are playing pretty good baseball.
They beat them 6-1.
Yeah, it's, seeing Lindor batting 200.
Hit a home run.
Yeah, but I mean he's batting 200.
Yeah,
I mean there's a lot of guys in there.
He's going to change his name to Mendoza.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean even when you see a guy like Mike Trout batting 230. And
the pitchers are definitely in command.
No question.
At this stage,
even like last night, the Yankees and the Dodgers brought in a reliever. He was throwing 102, 103 miles an hour, and CeCe was like, "Man, the day of the 100-mile-an-hour guy is now." It's who doesn't have somebody that throws 100
it's
on that
commonplace now.
Yeah.
What Nolan Ryan was unique at doing now, every team is going to have a flame-throwing pitch, but their arms are going to wear out. We're going to see that. Hey, what happened to the mercy rule, though, in baseball? What was it? Friday night, Nationals beat the A's 23-4. And I saw yesterday the Padres over the Royals in Kansas City, 19-2 the final score. Yeah, got to get that mercy rule back in. That's some crazy scores. Start thinking it's the NFL starting up already. So we've covered baseball. I got to always make mention of, for our race fans, NASCAR. Joey Logano finally gets a win. He won at the historical Wilkesboro race track, 450 laps. Boy, that's a lot of round and round. And
yeah, Tyler Reddick got
driving,
caught up in that.
Making left-hand turns.
Tyler Reddick got caught up in that wreck.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick. But
Joey Logano with
Denny Hamlin finished second there, so Hamlin's still on top of the standings there.
Yeah. Did you see Logano's new look with the bald head? Looks a little weird.
But it's good. I mean, he's been driving now for quite some time.
Scary. I remember when he was a rookie.
Yeah, remember that? That was big news.
Yeah.
And now they're at the Brickyard there, Indianapolis Motor Speedway next Sunday at 2 p.m. And Kimi Antonelli returns to the winner's circle in Formula One racing.
That guy's having some, yeah.
The Belgium Grand Prix. You know what? That's his 6th win in 10 races this year. So I think there's still a lot of racing to go, but I think right now he is at a very young age. Something about the age of 19 there. Hey, 19. What was that? Steely Dan back in the day?
Great song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you see the wrestling this weekend?
Oh, the WWE, Tom Brady?
I didn't see Tom Brady. I saw Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, he's out there. And then what's the kid from Indiana? The guard.
Oh, yeah, I know who I can. We're going to, you know what? We got to get Lucas the Gator Man.
Yeah.
We got to get him back in here. See if he can make an appearance on
he showed
Monday
up with a chair.
Class.
Did you see that? He came in with a chair.
I did not see
that.
My
God.
With a chair.
Yeah.
I saw Brady with a chair, though.
Yeah, well, Brunson, he got Brunson had a face. It was kind of funny. It was I was actually laughing. That wrestling, and if anybody took that serious, oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy. He's their point guard for the Indiana Pacers. He's a superstar, out all year.
We're going to have to research that out. But you know what? It's always good to talk with you, Tommy, on a Monday. A whole lot to cover. And we'll have to expand this episode here in the near future. Go from a half hour maybe to an hour to get it all.
Especially Mondays.
Oh, and especially when football season starts up.
Yeah, we won't be able to get enough in.
Oh, no. I mean, the NFL would take 30 minutes, and that's just a brief synopsis.
Yeah.
To go in depth. And but we'll look forward to Thursday.
People to like, follow, and share. They need
follow, and share.
They need to do that so that we can expand the show. Otherwise, the producer ain't getting out of bed.
And subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe.
And, hey, send us an email.
Yeah.
At the flaglervoice@gmail.com. Got to have that gmail.com.
Got to get it.
I see a few people with yahoo.com, but
yeah, my father has AOL.
AOL. Tommy, always good to have you.
Always a pleasure,
on a
brother.
Monday.
Peace.
For Alan, our producer, this is Johnny Monte Carlo. See you Thursday.
Things are truly better with us.